Henry Cejudo returns to the octagon to face bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling at UFC 288. It's been 3 years out of the ring for Cejudo, who retired after beating Dominic Cruz at UFC 249. It was a shock for many at the time because Henry was the double champ when he retired, having beaten Marlon Moraes, Demetrius Johnson, TJ Dillashaw, and Dominic Cruz. He had pretty much cleared out his division and the division above him. At the time, the flyweight division and the bantamweight divisions in the UFC were not so deep and competitive. Moreover, Demetrius Johnson, who was the long-time champion, left the UFC for lack of better opposition and money. So the interest in the flyweight and bantamweight divisions were really plummeting. The UFC also thought of scrapping their 125-pound division for good. So lack of monetary benefits and challenges may have resulted in Henry's decision to hang up his boots. However, since his retirement, the bantamweight division has had a new leash of life. First, it was Peter Yan who became the champion by beating Jose Aldo, and then it was Aljamain Sterling who took the belt of Yan after he was hit by an illegal knee. New prospects like Cody Sandhagen, Sean O'Malley were lighting up the octagon, and soon it became an extremely competitive division in the UFC. Cejudo now watched all his fights from the sidelines, and now he was itching to come back to have a bigger part of the pie. He called out everyone, and finally his fight with champion Aljamain Sterling materialized. Ring rust will be a huge factor in this fight. In Henry's absence, Aljo has been running the division. He has looked better and sharper every fight. In his last fight against TJ Dillashaw, Sterling probably looked his best. He is big for the weight class as well. He manhandled TJ. The fight would be much more technical. Sterling has one strategy going into every fight, and that is to take his opponent's back and choke him out. He usually goes for double legs, locks his hands around his opponents, takes them down, gets them in a body triangle, wears on them, and when the opportunity presents itself, he chokes them out. He did it against Sandhagen, Dillashaw, and Yan. Against a decorated wrestler like Henry Cejudo, it would not be as easy though. Henry knows pretty well that Sterling would look for his neck all fight. Sterling uses lateral movement and usually goes for high kicks from both sides and then takes his opponents down. Cejudo, on the other hand, goes for body kicks and inside low kicks. His takedowns can vary from single legs to body locks to inside trips. The threat of the takedown also opens his striking. Against Sterling, the kick to the body whenever Sterling turns southpaw would be a huge thing. Combined with it, the inside leg kicks to the right leg would also negate Aljo's movement. And if Henry can close the distance, he can look for those inside trips. It would be his wrestling versus Aljo's jiu-jitsu. Sterling, on the other hand, should look for inside leg kicks of his own as well. Henry has had issues with calf kicks before, and Aljo has long legs. He got hurt in his fight against Demetrius Johnson with leg kicks and also Marlon Moraes. His leg shut down. So Aljo should definitely go for the kicks and use his range to his advantage. If he gets to the cage, Sterling should look for the double leg takedowns like he does. Between the two of them, Henry is faster and has power in his hands, and Aljamain Sterling goes for submissions. Cejudo has a variety of tools to finish the fight, while Sterling is looking for one. The only issue now is how good will Henry look after a long layoff like this. Being an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling, one can be rest assured that Henry Cejudo will be prepared for this. Whether he's able to implement his game plan on the night will be a thing to see. Whoever wins this fight looks destined to call out 145-pound champion Alexander Volkanovski. Both Henry Cejudo and Aljamain Sterling have expressed their desire to move up. A probable super fight lies in the horizon. Let me know in the comment section what you feel, who wins on Saturday night. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel.